All right, everyone. Welcome to the Angelo Carlos podcast. I'm with my boy Kyle, aka one of my favorite bodybuilders, and my boy at UCSD. Probably one of the most aesthetic physiques I have seen in a while. This dude is natty, so just give you a heads up. Like, when you follow him on Instagram later, y'all just know that my boy Kyle, he puts the work in. He has the meals. He does everything right. So, Kyle, man, I know you're a very, very busy man with work, with school, with bodybuilding. So I just want to say thank you so much for jumping on the pod, my brother. How is your day so far?
It's been good. Thanks. And thank you for inviting me to this podcast, Angelo. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, of course, man. You're like my first bodybuilder, hardcore, like fitness guy, come on the pod, and my first, like, our theater major, actually. So I'm super excited to learn more about you and what you do, my brother.
Yeah, that's a really big compliment to say my physique aesthetic and stuff. I really appreciate it. Yeah,
it's the truth, man. It's the truth.
Yeah, because like a year ago, we both went through a big transformation. I was super skinny. Like we were kind of the opposite. We both went to the right direction.
The right direction in the middle.
Yeah.
No, I feel you, man. I know you're for the audience who's curious. Kyle's physique, man, like he has made some crazy changes. He showed me his physique when he was skinny and got to kind of like the weight he's at right now, and he showed me when he was bulking and had to like lose a lot of weight to compete in a competition. So Kyle's dedicated, man. He is very dedicated. That's for darn sure. So I'm going to jump into like your journey to UCSD. So me and Kyle met at Revec actually, and we've just kind of been friends ever since we said hi. So I want to understand. And so where are you from, Kyle? And then like what made you apply to UC San Diego?
All right. So I was born and raised in China. I was born in Hong Kong, and I grew up in Guangzhou, which is a city near Hong Kong in China. And then I studied in Chinese public school, like from primary school to junior high school. And then it wasn't like a good fit because I was only good at math and English. So I went to international school. All my high school, like 4 years, I studied in under A-level system, which is British AP, for 4 years in high school. And then, but that's a funny reason, like to everyone, I preferred US over UK because of the accent. I don't like to speak in the UK accent like in a daily basis, even though I can. I only like do them in a play or when I'm doing Shakespeare and stuff.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah. So like I was good at academics, but I always want to just follow my passion. I don't want to just study like broad science things like my peers, because I do know what I love to do, which is drama. Like I was first exposed to drama since the last year of junior high school, and I felt like, wow, I've never experienced that in Chinese public schools. Like audiences in front of me, and I was a very shy person in reality, so I didn't know I could like take over on stage, and that feeling comes so naturally on stage every time. So I just keep doing plays, keep me acting throughout my high school. And I was applying for, like, my early decision was NYU Tisch School of Acting.
Yeah.
So actually, yeah, I flew all the way from China. Yeah, exactly. Flew all the way from China to NYU just for the audition. But then I think one question really fucked me up. It's like the audition, the two contrasting pieces were all good, but then the person asked me, "Who's your favorite actor?" Well, I couldn't answer that question. When I look at plays and stuff, I just look at the character. I don't look at the actor specifically in real life. So I couldn't answer it, and I just made up a random thing. I said, "Who this character in which play?" And I didn't remember my answer, so yeah, it's not convincing. I think that really fucked me up. If I were to like go back, I would say myself. Yeah. But then I got rejected by NYU, so it was between UCLA and UCSD.
No
I got
way.
accepted by both, but UCLA was more movie focused, while
It is.
UCSD is more like stage acting, theater focused. So I chose UCSD over UCLA because I always loved the live reaction with the real audiences
With the
instead
real
of like
audience.
filming things. Yeah.
That's pretty cool. So I didn't know that you got into UCLA too. And I have friends actually who are in the school,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
it's fun, and they have a great time. And then I have friends at UCLA too who are directors for like Netflix things, right?
Yeah.
So I've seen both sides, and I think it's really cool how you like kind of, you know what, I'm gonna stay away from Hollywood. I'm gonna actually go to UC San Diego. I think that's really cool. Did you have you visited Westwood? Have you visited UCLA? Or did you see both schools, UCSD and UCLA, before accepting?
I actually haven't. I haven't even been to like San Diego before I got
Oh,
accepted.
no way.
Yeah, the only city I've been to in like California was San Francisco, actually.
Okay, so you visited
Yeah.
the Bay Area.
Yeah.
That is pretty cool. I'm so glad you pursued your kind of passion, your dreams, for theater and for drama, because you get that feeling of fulfillment doing those things.
Yeah.
I felt similar too when I was my friend is a director at UCLA, and he was directing A Brother's Son, which is like a Netflix series for Netflix, and then I was just like an extra, right? But I felt so excited and alive just being on the set, being in front of the camera. And I totally get what you mean when you feel that way with theater and being kind of on that path. Can you talk about what it's like being a theater major at UC San Diego? For our viewers who are curious, UC San Diego is one of the best STEM schools. A lot of great engineers, a lot of great scientists. People come from UC San Diego. So hearing you being a theater major, what is that like?
Yeah, so it's interesting because before I came here and actually know like what the people are, because I only did research about the theater major, the acting part of the school. So it was like the fourth best acting program in the U.S. for undergrad.
Really?
Yeah. So when I got in, I thought it was like a heavy acting school, but then everyone was STEM major. Yeah. And like there were only like 200-300 people in the acting program, so it was pretty interesting. And every time I go to like a general education class, something that's not my major, something that's far away from the theater department, people all like always say, "Oh wow, you're the first theater major I've ever met," something like that. Especially at the gym. Yeah,
especially at the gym. Yeah,
yeah. Because art, to be honest, like art majors don't typically work out. I didn't understand it before, but I somehow do now.
Yeah. You definitely the most like buffest and most aesthetic art major for sure. Like maybe here on campus and definitely in a lot of places too.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah, because before I don't understand why, like if you had an actor, why wouldn't you work out? You need a good posture, you need a good presence, you need confidence, and a physique, the ability to like change your weight, your physique, like from play to play is very important for me. Like that's before I got serious into bodybuilding, that was my purpose of working out, to shift my physique, like to like gain weight for a show, for like heavier character, or to become skinny for a character, something like that.
Can you talk about that, changing your physique for a show or a play? And then talk about the mindset you have to kind of go into to play a specific part. What's that like?
So there were times that I was playing soldier, and I was like pretty skinny, so I gotta eat a lot. I gotta swallow the food that I don't usually do, like the amount, because I used to eat very little, and then just have to walk like the character, and then speak like the character. It's not as like even in my daily life, I'll practice like how do I walk like the character, so it all becomes natural thing. So I don't have to go into the character just during rehearsal time. It just comes to me, and I think I just want to plug in. That's a big thing for a lot of actors right now, because many actors right now don't memorize their lines and they struggle to get into characters. I think it's just lack of practice, because like line is the most basic thing as an actor.
Exactly.
I usually, like, the moment I know I'm getting the role, I would just memorize all the lines in like 3 days or something. And I wouldn't look at the script like 1-2 days before the show, because I'm already the character. You have to. I think we have to have that mindset that comes with us. Like before the show, we become the character. It's nothing like, oh, I'm memorizing something. No, you become something. That's you.
Wow.
Yeah, you own it.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. It's kind of crazy to see how much goes into acting, how much it goes into becoming that character, owning that, and learning the lines, not only, but also transforming your physique to that specific person you're trying to play. That is crazy. What, have you acted in any plays or kind of anything within UCSD? And what's that been like?
All right, so UCSD, I did an audition for Men in Love in my freshman year. I actually got the role, but
Oh, congrats.
but then I didn't know how to check emails. I was that stupid in those things, so I didn't get
Any
it.
learning.
Yeah, and the I would talk about like a play that I was both actor and assistant director. It was like Mistress of an Inn.
Okay.
That's a Chinese version of an Italian play that we directed. It's interesting because every play I acted in China were in English, and the first Chinese play I played was in the U.S.
How cool.
Yeah. So
What's
that
it
play,
like? Go ahead. Sorry.
yeah. So go ahead. I was kind of lost.
Oh, yeah. So
Yeah.
what's it like being a director compared to an actor, or doing both? What's that like for our audience?
I think a director has more responsibility, and then you have to guide the actors and schedule things in order to have the rehearsal the most effective way, I would say, because I can just because I can play my character well doesn't mean that they will put in the same effort. So that's what I have to work on. My director, because I'm the assistant director, my director was like kind of soft on them and like not as harsh on like the deadlines and stuff, and that's why the actors were kind of slacking, and they didn't even have the line fully memorized, and the play, like the blocking fully memorized 3 weeks out from the show. So that was
Wow.
I just played the hard part, said this is what we should do, and I'm doing one-on-one session with you and then we have to make it happen or we're done. Yeah, I think that it's a combination of being like kind to people, but you can't be too soft. You can't get your hand off them, because not everyone put in the same effort.
Exactly. That is so interesting. And I remember when I was on my first set, I saw how hard it is being a director. There's several directors on set, right? And just to kind of understand how you're actually working with each individual, with each actor, really to make sure they're in their certain spots, make sure they're acting a certain way. It's hard. And I've seen the best directors, just from my one time on being on set, I've seen them like yell at certain actors, like, hey, do this better, do that better, right? But it's all coming from a place of like love, like, hey, we want this to be the best production possible.
Yeah, it's like a balance between being nice and being also serious. That's something I learned.
Yeah. And then do you see yourself, because you're a senior now, right, Kyle? Do you see yourself directing or acting out after college?
Oh, that definitely acting. Like, I've also been a part of like last quarter, I was a part of the Promise stage management team, and I've done like multiple like backstage stuff. Like the more I do them, the more I am convinced that I'm an actor, because I just every time I support the actor and see they getting applause from the audience, I'm just, why am I not on stage? I want to be in the spotlight and stuff. I'm just so much more confident when I'm facing the audience. That ease my nerve and just make me so comfortable in the spotlight and just taking over. So definitely an actor. And I think that's related to me in a certain way. Like I'm doing social media and stuff. I have audiences. I stream. I have audiences. Like bodybuilding audience. So everything has audience involvement. That's a thing that links everything I do together, I think.
That's awesome, man. And I see it. I could see you becoming a very successful actor. That you have the charisma, you have the poise, you have the drive and passion for this to be successful. You remember live, like when I was at filming for The Brother Son, I met the main characters, the two main characters, like two Asian guys, right? And I was like, hey, did you guys get your start at this? How did you become like the main character and then you get to act like Michelle Yeoh, right? So that's like a big deal. And they told me like, hey, we were just posting on social media every day. We were just making content on social media. And then they found us. And now I'm an actor in a major Hollywood production. So I truly believe, man, you have everything you need to like do whatever you want in this acting world. So I'm excited to see your growth throughout this whole time frame as an actor. I want to try to touch into kind of, let's talk about bodybuilding. You mentioned a lot about bodybuilding. What got you into bodybuilding? I know you said, hey, as I was acting, I had to play a certain part, I had to have a certain physique, I had to have certain like mannerisms that a great posture, a great physique would happen as a result of bodybuilding. But what got you into it?
Maybe I should start from the really beginning.
Yeah, go ahead.
From where I started to work out. So back in 2016, I was a really skinny guy. I couldn't even do one push-up.
No way. Your physique is crazy now.
Yeah, I was so skinny. And then back then I dropped out of school to become a professional gamer because I was like top 200 in China, something like that, and League of Legends.
For League? Wow.
Yeah, for League. I got picked up by a regional League team, and then I just went for pro. And then my family said like, oh, well, we don't want to drop out, but you're too good. But there's one condition, you gotta be healthy. So I started doing push-ups, like first like 5 push-ups a day. Yes, just try to get them up, and then just adding 5 on each week, and then it became 50. So, and then when I was able to do 50 push-ups, I changed it into like after every game I played, I need to do 50 push-ups, and I play like an average 13 to 17 games a day. So
it's a lot.
And then I was able to do a lot of push-ups back then, and like because of some like dark nature of the regional league, like match fixing and stuff, I can say it now because it's been years. And also it's a Western platform, and so I went back to school, and when I went back to school, my roommate told me, "Wow, your chest is kind of big." I was like, "Oh, really?" Then I was like, okay, I gotta work more on that. So in like on top of push-ups, I started to really go into gyms, and then just started lifting weights and stuff. And then 2018-19, I got a coach in China. He's like a natural bodybuilder for men's physique and classic physique. He's been training for like 10 years at that time. I actually learned a lot from him, but I didn't understand most things he said about bodybuilding back then. I just know I'm like hitting the gym, be strong and stuff. And 2019, I got into college. I was starting to get a little size, but then like since I got to college, my parents were not so financially supportive, so I had to like work overnight for money to pay for my living, tuition, and rent and stuff. I only got 5 hours to sleep a week.
Wow,
that was crazy. So I didn't get to work out the second quarter of my freshman year, and because my body wasn't able to handle that anymore, it's been like 2 months. I already thought I was a superhuman to survive that, so I took a gap year. I was into like I was into streaming, making like coaching one-on-one on League to make money so that I can live comfortably in the following college year.
Yeah.
And I took like 2 years completely off gym. So I became skinny again.
Yeah.
But then like 2022, I started gym again. Back then I was like 140 something pound, and after Christmas I was 183.
No way.
Yeah. So what got me into bodybuilding was watching the sport, actually. Yeah. They always say that you won't be in love with the sport unless you watch the history of the sport.
Yeah.
So I was watching videos, cuts about like Ronnie Coleman, Jay Cutler, and all the, like, yeah, Arnold, Dorian Yates, all the like the hardcore bodybuilders, how they present on stage, the motivation video of how they train, how they stream in the gym, how they diet. It was so motivational. I was like, wow, it can be that big, and the crowd would be so crazy for you. I want to be someone like that. So I started to really eat like a beast as well as training. So because before I was only like training hard, but I never diet as hard. Like I never like try to eat like 6-7 meals a day like I do now.
Metabolism.
But I have a fast metabolism. So when I started to eat more, I gained tremendous weight. It was like 140 to 183 was, I think most of it is due to the meal I added to my daily intake.
That is so cool. I did not know that. I think it's so fascinating how you touched upon like being on stage, having people cheer for you, want you to do well, and really kind of vote for you. Similar to like how you felt that similar kind of experience when you're on stage and acting, right? I feel like there's so many similarities with bodybuilding and acting, being kind of that center of attention and really showing off your physique. Same like acting, showing off your craft on how to portray a certain character. I think that's so cool and beautiful, man. Who was your favorite bodybuilder? I know you mentioned Dorian Yates, Jay Cutler and all that. Who was your favorite one that just really made you want to go at it?
Yeah, so number one, I would say Dorian Yates.
Dorian, that's a good one.
Yeah. Dorian Yates, like, because his front lat press is probably the best of all time. Just how his lat just comes out from nowhere. It's so big. We call it like two basketballs under your shoulder in Chinese. Like, it's so crazy. And his attitude, like, he doesn't really talk. He just do the work and then take the trophy and go out. He always comes in the most conditioned, even though he's like the biggest man back then. And his attitude is just unmatched, and his work ethic. I think that's basically why I like them the most. Just like dedicated to the work and don't say much about like what he's been through. Even though I'm different from him, I respect that a lot.
Yeah. His story was like he came as an immigrant, right? And then he had to make everything himself. He's like a true American, like what's it called? He lived a true story of just trying to make it here in America, right?
Yeah. And can I add something on bodybuilding? Like, I just thought though, also, why I love bodybuilding so much is like two other reasons. First, bodybuilding is something that if you put in enough work, you will 100% get the result. Like, more or less. If you didn't get the result, like if you didn't improve, that means you didn't work hard enough. There's no excuse of that. So that also cultivates you to a very healthy mindset of like a delayed gratifications instead of like, if you want something right now. No, you have to be patient. You have to work hard day by day. So I think that helps with every other things in life. And also, it helps with your emotional stability, like heartbreaks and stuff. You're unhappy, go to the gym. You're heartbroken, go to the gym. Something like that. So no matter what your day is like, you still do the same thing. That's discipline. And and makes you more emotionally stable. That's also a reason why artists do not typically go to the gym. That I started to understand that, because if you're more actors and artists need emotions to stimulate inspirations of artwork, and you need that to come directly to you for acting and stuff. But if you go to the gym, you become too hardcore. Like whatever you encounter, you can just go to the gym, and the emotions will be dealt with. You'll be stoic, and you won't be that emotional. So my acting actually got worse since I got bigger.
Oh, that's so cool.
That's interesting relation. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, shoot, I feel that I see where you're going with this, right? How acting is a lot of emotion. Bodybuilding, it's like, hey, you need to maintain the course, delay the gratification to achieve that certain physique before you step on stage. And it's so funny you say that, because I was listening to Dorian Yates say the same thing, how a lot of bodybuilders are very successful in life because they understand delayed gratification, how like Arnold became one of the best bodybuilders in the world, but then became the governor of California because he had the work ethic to achieve that. And you kind of look at Jay Cutler right now, Ronnie Coleman right now. Have discipline when they're competing, and now they have the discipline when they're building businesses, when they're making their YouTube channels, when they're making their second life after bodybuilding. They have that same discipline that took them to the top of Olympia, of men's physique, or to classic physique. I'm sorry. Yeah. That's so cool you mentioned that. Do you envision, can you talk about your competition with Triton Flex, how you won that bodybuilding competition and what it took to win that, and then talk about whether you plan on competing in men's physique or classic physique later on down the road?
Yeah, sure. So, I knew that they're gonna have a bodybuilding show. The president Tommy told me.
Shout out Tommy.
Yeah, shout out to Tommy. During the summer holidays, so I just asked him when, because I always wanted to compete in bodybuilding. That's why I do it. I plan to do a real show in 2026. Like, I decided that in 2023, but then I was like, if there's a school show, I will definitely be a part of it to gain experience and stuff and know how cutting is like. And like, if I cut more, I can understand my body better. So it will help me in the future. Like, I understand how long I should take for a cut and what food I need to eat will make my physique look the best and stuff. Without knowing who the opponents are, I already knew that I'm not going to be the biggest guy for sure. Because like most people are bigger than me, most people have more complete physique than me. So the way I can win are posing, condition. These two are something I can change in a short amount of time. But like size wise, that's like a year unit thing. So I'll focus on these two things. Like, so before this, they announced when the show is really gonna be, I just started making a posing routine. Just freestyling of music and stuff. And there were one music which I used for my show. I really click with it, and I just started to design like the transitions and poses with the beat. Because I don't know when the competition is gonna be, so I don't want to cut too soon. And posing first. And since I know the date, I started cutting. My previous coach was in China. Like, even though I'm not paying him anymore, like we are still like in a pretty friendly relationship. He still helps me because he thinks my work is good. And I just asked him how to cut, like how long I should take. And he said like cardios and stuff, and take pictures of your physique. Like after 1 week, I took pictures of myself. My abs were not that visible yet because I don't really train abs until the competition prep. He said, you need to add cardios and you need to eat less carb. So I started to from 7 meals a day, it became 3.
Three
And
meals.
then really limited rice and chicken breast with no seasoning and stuff. Yeah, and 2 cardios a day. Each cardio session is an hour, and I do normal training,
Wow.
just less weight.
Yeah.
Really get the calories out. And then, yeah, the first week it was okay, but kind of exhausted. And the second week, and at the same time, I was doing a stage management role in a show. So
you're working.
it's like every day from 5 to 11 p.m.
No,
Sometimes 12 p.m. And then I have morning classes. I have afternoon classes, so I need to wake up super early, go to the gym, do my cardio, go to the class, train, and do another cardio, go to class, and then to the show, and prep my three meals of the day, like at the beginning of the day, like when I wake up early.
Yeah.
Every day it's like that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, the second week I was already seeing like more details. I was visibly drier. The weight went down. Third week, the abs were like super cut.
Yeah, your abs are showing, man. I remember that.
Yeah, that was like after my appendix surgery, I didn't have visible abs for like 4 years or something. That was probably the first time I got like a visible 6-pack in years. And yeah, I was like, it's not done. Like, keep going. I still have like 5 days to go. So that was 3 weeks already. And then the last week, my carb intake for a day is like 3 slices of bread.
No way.
Okay.
Super.
Yeah, a day.
75 grams or something small.
Yeah, and I need to spend water because I need to pee them all out. So 5 liters of water a day before like like 2 days before the show. I changed it to wait, what was it? Yeah, it was 500 liters of water before 6 p.m. So I become really dry. Even when I take a shower, I need to keep it short so the water doesn't sink in.
That's so fascinating.
Yeah, the one day before the show, I was like, sorry. One day before the show, I got the tan.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I went to Remac and posed downstairs. Yeah, and recording myself on the far. Like I do that every day during the prep. Just need to practice posing every day. So because it's not just how your physique looks like, it's all about how the judges see it. So I have to place my camera in a distance, like approximately the distance between me and the judge. And I also need to like be really critical of myself, like which part of my posing routine am I not flexing properly? Like when I'm doing for example, when I'm transitioning, I have to keep my midsection tight all time.
Midsection tight, yeah.
Everyone sees that. And when I'm doing a front double bicep, for example, my neck has to be flexed as well. Like when I turn my head, like yeah, that's why I train my neck, because when you turn your head, the details are all there, and also the angle, everything got to be perfect. And make sure I don't like fall down at any point. So even the last day, like one day out of the show, I still made some adjustment of my posing routine. But that worked. Yeah.
You came with the win. I remember that. I watched your routine. I remember on social media, and you had the best flex, the best posing. You came prepared, and it was really fun to watch. It was I think you deserve the win, right? You came in peeled. You came in ready.
Yeah. I think the second place was he's bigger than me, but he was not as close as dry as I am, and his posing was not that like well prepared. Yeah, I just think I was more according to the judges, I have better like stage presence, and
I think so.
Definitely,
you did really good.
Definitely, but better like a back, and also like the condition for sure.
Mhm.
And yeah, I I almost knew I was gonna win because I put in the work.
You did. You had the
Yeah,
Christmas tree back too. Like
yeah,
you could see the actual Christmas tree. Like, and then when you were flexing, I could tell like the back came in very defined, which is the one that I think Jay Cutler said that was like the hardest part of for him was always his back, and your back looked great.
yeah, yeah. That's an honor, and yeah, it's just amazing to see myself that peeled and the water, the first bottle of water, because I didn't drink water for 24 hours before the
Oh,
show.
is that why?
Yeah, yeah, that first taste was so sweet, and I ate so crazily to a point that I actually vomited after the show.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but it felt great. It was like a
Yeah.
celebration thing.
I heard a lot of bodybuilders do that. Like post show, you'll just see people eating ton of donuts or just binging because your body has been so deprived of all the unhealthy stuff for a while, or just food in general. So it's
Yeah.
kind of super understandable for you to kind of little gorge a bit or enjoy yourself a little bit after the show.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you kind of going over everything with theater, with your journey to UCSD, with bodybuilding, and then your stint as a pro League of Legends player. I think that's so cool. I think everything you talk about is very inspiring, especially taking that route for you to pursue your passions and do what truly makes you happy in this life. With that being said, Kyle, we have one last question for you on the podcast.
Yes, sure.
What is one last piece of advice you'd give your younger self?
Younger self?
Like the Kyle, like say freshman year, or say the freshman year Kyle in high school. What is some advice you'd give yourself?
Who? Start dieting early.
Start dieting.
I think, yeah, 'cause that's really the game changer to me. And for other things, I think I think things are as good as they are. Like one more detail, like how I can prove that I really love what I do. Like, because my SAT was 1550.
That's really good.
Yeah, and a lot of people ask me, why are you choosing theater? Why are you choosing UCSD
Yeah.
with that score? I was like, because I love it. Yeah, I think, yeah, this choosing what you love is never the wrong choice, I think. Yeah, so if I were to go back again, I'll do the same thing.
That was awesome, man. That's so much like bravery, right? So many times I feel like in life, like we take the safe route. We take the route where our parents tell us to do like that certain career, that certain job, that certain university, where we say, all right, mom and dad said this is the best, I'm about to do it, But you have always been brave to pursue your passion with league, your passion with theater, your passion with bodybuilding. It's super inspiring, especially for people who want to emulate your journey and your journey that is to come ahead. So, Kyle, man, I appreciate this, brother. It was super fun, like learning about everything, right? You honestly made me want to be a better bodybuilder when it comes to cutting, staying disciplined with the diet. And then when it comes to pursuing passions, like you pursued your passion with theater, I'm going to pursue my passion with this podcasting thing because I've seen you do it. It gives me confidence to help me out too. So from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate you, my brother.
Yeah, bro, your physique is also aesthetic as fuck, and I see all your hard work. We're both gonna be even better in the future. We'll see.
Yeah, it's just a matter of time, man. Yeah, dude. Definitely. I definitely will reach out to you specifically for posing help because I do want to compete in the next few months. Oh, I'm definitely gonna take you up on that offer to kind of just pose with you at REMAC, and then just if I ever just work heavily on the physique because I know I see you putting so much work every day, man. Even with your content, man. Yeah. And we're gonna leave your Instagram, your YouTube, whatever it may be, in the comment section below or in the description of the video. So that way, if people want to reach out to you, whether it be for advice on bodybuilding, on theater, on league, or just to meet you, we'll put your information down below. So that way we can make sure that everyone knows the journey you've had, and if they want to reach out, they'll be able to speak with you. Sound good?
Really happy to be in that position. Thank you, Angelo.
Of course.
That was a pleasure.
Yeah, of course, brother. It's always fun, man. I appreciate it. With that being said, Jello family, I appreciate y'all watching this podcast episode with my boy Kyle. Please like, comment, subscribe. The more you do this, the more we get to share amazing stories like Kyle, the more we get to motivate the world and make this world a better place. So, Kyle, my brother, thank you so much. I appreciate you coming to the show, and we'll catch you later, Jello family. Peace.
Thank you. Peace.